Thank you, and thank you for inviting us to such a great event. I think this is an event, one-of-a-kind event that we should have each year, and maybe under the umbrella of The Economist, we can bring together leaders, both from public and private sector together. And as Tiano, my friend, said, it's a pleasure. From time to time, we are meeting in such situation as a team in trying to lead Romania through a digital transformation process. I'll try to give a bit of a geopolitical perspective about the technological evolution, because this is part of our topic. And I'll start by saying that we have borders even in technology. Even if we have internet, which was designed and was projected not to respect the national borders. And unfortunately, in the last years, we are having walls between the countries. And if you are thinking about the Russian it's called the Russian Great Firewall, this is the Chinese one, or the Russian digital curtain, we see that these countries are trying to isolate their citizens from the rest of the free internet. And this comes beside the weaponization of technology in the last years, which is more complex than the weaponization of the energy. But there is a good news, and I start this good news by saying what you said yesterday in the opening remarks at the panel we had, that the history matters and it never goes away. And the history matters for technology as well. In 80s, it was Soviet Union and China lost the battle against United States and Japan in computer development. And why it was that? It was because the centralized approach that those countries had in leading the technological development. Maybe you are asking yourselves, why does not China invented ChatGPT? Because Sebastian Burduj, our minister, just mentioned our YON, which is an advisor based on artificial intelligence. So why China doesn't invented ChatGPT? Because they have thousands of researchers, they have huge amount of data, they have billions of dollars invested, or yuan, depends, invested in this area. It's because of the same historical reason. They took a centralized approach. They are using censorship. They are trying to get involved in private sector. And this leads to a situation when innovation is taking place in the same countries, which are Western countries, US, and Europe. And in the future, it's expected, so right now ChatGPT is not working in China, and we are expecting not to have ChatGPT in the future in China as well. Probably they will be in a position not taking advantage by other tools that were launched just yesterday from Google in order to assess the Google tools that they are providing. You will say, okay, but China is capable of delivering or building their own solution. It is true. They built, it's called I think, Chat Yuan, which is a tool similar to ChatGPT, but which is not capable of delivering the same quality, delivering satisfaction to only 70% of the people compared to ChatGPT, which is satisfying 90% of the people. I had last year the chance to get involved with a lot of countries, more than 180 countries, in developing policies at the global level. And the most important lesson I've learned is that when developing policies, it's not the technology which is the challenge, it's the cultural differences, believe me. This is leading the development of the technology. And here is where the values comes in. If we are thinking about the future digital space, the metaverse, we are going to spend more and more time in that space. And in case that space is built on top of values we don't agree with, there is a risk that at the moment we are going to accept those values and we are going back in our real life with those values, and this is very dangerous and is an irreversible process. And here is where the Europe comes in and does a great job. Europe is without any doubt the leading innovators in terms of regulation. Is doing regulations for AI, it's doing regulations for data platforms, it's doing regulation for digital platforms, for data management. And we have the chance as a region, as Europe, to go global as we did with GDPR. I know that not everybody is happy with the GDPR. I'm not happy when trying to write a law in the parliament and respect GDPR. It's a challenge, sometimes a mess, but it's something which is built on top of our European values and on a centered human approach. And this is what Europe is doing. It's exporting democracy through technology. Now I'm going to close my remarks by saying a few words about what Romania can do. We are in Central and Eastern Europe among the countries which are called digital challengers. And I think we need to pay attention to this chance we are having right now, to take advantage of the technology, to regulate in a manner where we are going not to stop innovation. Because when regulating, there is a temptation and the risk and the nightmare of any business in the world, over-regulating. Over-regulating innovation means killing innovation. So we, as policymakers, as members of the governments, we need to pay attention to this, and you need to create an ecosystem where we allow developing communication infrastructure, where we, maybe more important, allow startups to develop new technologies while having regulations that are protecting the fundamental rights of the people. And I think that is why it's the moment in Romania to have young leaders, knowledgeable leaders, like Sebastian Burduja and many others committed to lead our country to such a digital transformation process that are capable of working together with other nations in order to export technology and values all across the world. Thank you.